Hello, fellow robots out there in internet land. I am Sobertron, and welcome to the next episode of the TekTopia Survival Guide here on the TekTopia Town server, complete with our own Tangomancer. He looks awesome. As always, guys, if you want to join me on this amazing free-to-play server, all you need to do is look down in the description, follow the last link. All the information is there for you to both download the mod and to join me here on the server. We actually just had a guy join, and he's already ventured off into the world to do amazing things with this amazing mod. So, guys, you can see we're at spawn today. We are at spawn. It's been a while. Actually, I don't think I've shown this since episode 1, but we're going to be doing some work very, very close by. So last episode, we built ourselves a gunpowder farm, and it's going to come in handy for a lot of people, because today I want to start a server-wide project to map the world. That's right. We will be mapping the world. Maybe not finishing it today. Definitely not finishing it today, but we're going to get started. And we need a place to put this map, and I figured 00, which is, the center of the world, would be a great place to do it. And it just so happens, it's just behind my head over there. Just right by that river. Right there. Right back there. So yeah, we are going to map the world. But first, I need to build, a room for this. And 00 just makes sense. So right there, that grass block, that is the, center of the world. The world from this location goes off 15,000 blocks in all 4 cardinal directions. So it is a very, very big world, which means we're going to need a very, very big map, which means we need a big room for it. So first things first, I need to dig a big hole so we can, build a room and decorate it and make it look pretty and things. And I'm gonna, use more of the spawn building style, get away from the sandstone for an episode. And yeah, so I'm gonna build this room. I need to dig a beacon hole first, and then dig a nice big room down here. Hopefully I don't get flooded. Yep. And yeah, so I'll be back in a bit. So I am back, guys, and I've got a lot of progress to show. Lots of things have happened. I've been doing lots of digging, lots of flying to get to this point here. Oh, I'm almost dead. So I've got this huge room right now, and we just got a blank, stone brick wall right now. It's, I think, 22 by 22 by 22. It's quite big. But yeah, that's the beauty right there. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. I think I actually made it too big. You can see I kind of went from spawn, which is just on the corner of that map right there. You can see the little green dots, and I went all the way north, and then I also went all the way west. The thing is, I miscounted, and I'm missing one map there. Initially, I thought this was going to be an 18 by 18 map, and it's actually only going to be 16 by 16, which is great, because it actually decreases our maps by about 75. We still need to do 250 maps in total, but that's a lot better than over 320. So we'll be able to get this done a lot quicker. I mean, just all of those ones on the exterior border now, we do not have to do. And I was mistaken. I thought it was a 15,000, from spawn. It's actually 16,000. So on this last map over here, you can just see it barely doesn't reach the edge of that map. But yeah, lots of progress. Did a lot of things. Wasted a ton of rockets. Wouldn't call it wasted, but yeah. Doing that map right there, I wanted to do one just to see how long it would take. It did take about half an hour, and a good deal of rockets. I actually lost count. But right now, we're about to do something else. I've been waiting for this, and our server owner has decided to reset the end, because a lot of people raided the end cities right when the server went live back in early May. And now he's finally come to the point where, yeah, we need to reset it because a lot of people went out there and, stole lots of things. I'm not looking at anybody in particular. Maybe me. Maybe took a lot of stuff. But yeah, a lot of new players have to go very, very far to, find anything in the end. And we are lucky enough to have an end portal right here. This is very cheaty, and we're fine with it. End portal right at spawn. Who cares? We're gonna do it. The point of this is to play TekTopia, not to end raid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Whoop. Here we go. The end. Here we are. Actually, I need to grab some ender pearls so I can make my way through one of these glorious end gateways. But yeah, I was actually just talking to the server owner. It's just me and him online right now, because I've been watching this meticulously, waiting for it to come back up. It's been down for several hours today. So I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna go do lots of end raiding. I have lots of gunpowder, lots of rockets. Yeah, so we're gonna pick one of these portals. Which one should I pick, guys? I want one that people won't go to right away, so we'll probably go through this one. And yeah, I'm gonna do this for many, many, many hours. Many hours. And when I get done, I'll show you my results. Hopefully, it's a good haul. Holy crap, lag. Come on, don't die. There we go. I knew it was coming. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, I'm gonna go through that guy right there. because I figure most people when they come online soon are going to go through one of those ones that are closer, and I want to be as far away from them as possible. So I'll be back in probably tomorrow, actually. When I go end rating, guys, I go end rating. Like, I don't joke around. So it's been right around 6.5 hours since I started end rating. It's been a day, guys. It has been a very, very long day, and I'm not done yet because it's still relatively early. But I've rated my 13th end ship, which means I've got 13 brand new elytra, plus a myriad of other things that I've collected. So here we are, 13 new elytra, and I've got 24 back at base, I believe. Maybe it's not that much. It's 20 something, but lots of elytra. Lots of elytras happened. I figured I want to collect these, and I'm gonna sell them because we're gonna map the world, guys. Right? That's this whole episode. And some people may need elytra, and some people may not have elytra. So I will supply them with the elytra. Capitalism, guys. That's what we're doing here. Capitalism. I gotta benefit a little bit from this, right? So sell elytra. Maybe people will win an epic prize from mapping the world, and they have to buy one of my elytra. I'm fine with that. So cool. It's all cool. um, so I've gathered lots of shells. I think I have right around 2 stacks back at my base. So plus this here, that's almost 7 stacks of shells I've got so far. Hopefully I can get this completely filled up because, yeah, my villagers are causing me to use shulker shells and shulker boxes like crazy because they're just producing oh so much stuff. I've also been gathering all this other random end loot here. Um, I've been collecting these brewing stands because I want to use some of them for decoration. I have missed a few because I should have 13, but I kind of didn't realize it until I started. So, yeah, I missed some of those. So we'll take what we can get. The rest I'll just kind of gather myself because I want to use those for decoration. Some of my home things. Gathering diamonds, could always use those. Emeralds, great for village needs. Uh, Gold, all the golden carrots I'm eating, guys. I've been blowing through them and rating because shulkers are a little rough. I generally prefer the saturation of the golden carrots over, steak or other meats. So, yeah, we're going to need a lot of gold. So, yeah, I'm going to use all that stuff. All this other stuff I have future plans for, which I'll explain once I go through all this other end loot I have, which is all diamond gear. I'm not grabbing any iron, and I'm also not gathering anything that has cursive uh, binding or vanishing on it. Because what I want to do in the future is make a little casino in our games district. We have a little games entertainment area on the server. And I want to do a casino. And the first game I want to do in there is kind of a game of chance. You go in there, you place maybe a diamond in there, and it'll pop out a piece of end loot. Diamond gear, maybe an elytra, maybe you'll get a diamond block or an emerald block. Who knows? We have lots of stuff to play with, so we're gonna take advantage of it. I think we're going the wrong way. East, yes. I need to go this way. So yeah, I want to build a casino and give players access to this loot I've been gathering because otherwise it would just sit at my base not doing anything. So you pay 1 diamond, you get a nice piece of diamond gear or essentially better, and you end up winning. Um, One thing I do when I'm end rating is if you look at my coordinates there, specifically at the Z, -12 something, I tend to fly in straight lines. North is bad. I want to go east west. I tend to fly in straight lines, and I tend to go in like paths that are separated by 250. So I started at about 1,000 by 0, and I flew out along that path all the way along 0 until about 15,000, and then I move up north and I fly back around -250 until I get to about 1,000, and then I fly north another 250, so that's 500. Fly back down, and yeah, I just keep on doing that and repeating, and I'll raid any end city that I find. So right now we're at 1250. We are headed back kind of towards the kind of central spawn area a little bit, and I just raid every end city that I find. So like that one right there, which is perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna raid this one. I'm gonna keep on doing this for several hours, guys, because I need wrong buttons. Shut that off. I need more stuff. I want to, sell this stuff and raffle, auction, at, I don't know, words are hard right now. But I'm going to do this for many more hours until my rockets run out. I have upgraded to level 3 rockets, which is great. I have many more in my ender chest, so we're going to keep on doing this for several more hours until I get crazy amounts of loot, and we'll, use it in the future. Maybe in an episode or two. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'm going to keep on doing my thing, and I'll be back with you guys once I'm done in the end, finally, and we can get back to our major project of the day, which is mapping the world. But I'll show you all the loot I've gathered in the meantime. And yeah, I'm just having fun, guys. Just here to have fun, playing the game, because, yeah, it's a Sunday, and Sundays are great. It has been just over 24 hours since the end has reset. Now, I didn't spend my entire time out there. I had to sleep at some point during that. But I spent the better part of 12 or 13 hours in the end doing some crazy end raiding, and these are all the spoils I have to show for myself. So, first things first, an entire shulker of elytra. This was kind of my metric to stop end raiding. I got the 27th one, and I was like, okay, this is it. I'm done. Kind of made my way back. I'm going to sell all of these, or give them away as prizes in my casino when I build it. So I'm going to sell these, I think, for 32 emeralds apiece. Emeralds is really the only currency I care about, because diamonds are irrelevant, in my opinion, right now. Because right now, I'm going to sell them for 32. A fully enchanted one is going for 64. I'm not going to enchant mine whatsoever, because that would be a massive undertaking, and I don't want to do that right now. So, 32 per emerald. I'm going to put them in my shop as soon as I'm done recording this clip. And then we've got all of these shulker shells here. So 11 and a half, and that's on top of making shulkers as I went. So I probably got closer to 12 or more from this. And same thing here. I'm going to take about half these, keep them for myself. The other half I'm going to sell, and I'm thinking 2 shells for a diamond. I think they'll go off the shelves really fast selling them that way. And I would make them into boxes, but I can stack them a lot better as shells, so I'll let the person who buys them actually deal with turning them into shulker boxes and things. This shulker is my miscellaneous stuff. I got quite a bit of gold, which is nice because I eat golden carrots because they're the best. Emeralds, I'll just put in my supply. Diamonds are just going to go in a chest and probably never leave there. Brewing stands, I got a decent amount. I want to say I forgot some. Yeah, I obviously forgot 6 because there should be 1 per elytra, and I don't have 1 per elytra. But they're going to come in handy to decorate my place. I'll probably just end up buying the blaze rods to make the rest that I need. And then the rest of this stuff, the diamond horse armor and the saddles, I gathered because it's non-renewable resources. I figure somebody's going to want these, and I'll probably throw them as a prize in the casino as well. And then here we have all the diamond loot, which is a lot. So I've organized it all already. So here are all the helms, chest plates, the pants, the boots, and then we have swords, picks, and shovels. Now, some of this stuff I'm going to take for myself. I'm going to try to find the best gear that I can enchant to, for me to use. So, like, an example, like these 2 picks right here. I've got almost fully decked out pick minus efficiency 5. I just need to combine it with that pick, and I get another pick like this. And I keep breaking these because I'll be digging a massive hole, and I won't pay attention, and then it goes away. So I like having spares around for stuff like this. Same with shovels. For some reason, I always break shovels. So this one, I'm using a Fortune 3 right now, which is horrible for gravel because you don't get any gravel. So yeah, doing all that stuff, all that I don't want to keep is going to end up in the casino game of chance. 1 diamond, you get a piece of gear. Something I'm not going to use, something another player can. So in the end, we both win. The other thing I've done is I have mapped my little corner of the world right here. You can see we're actually very close to the world border. That whole browned out area is because I can't go any further than that. You can see my pyramid is just to the southeast of our current position. It's a vague outline of it. And from this distance, it's kind of hard to see, but it is there. And then directly north of us is the mall that you can see there. And I think if, let's say this massive wall of chests was our map wall that we have at near spawn. So in my last clip I showed of the map room, I had 1 map missing. So this map right here that I'm holding right now would, I think, go right next to it based off of the coordinates. So I need to finish doing that map there, and then the mall is right there, just to give you a reference of, I'm pretty much directly north of spawn, which is cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go put this stuff up for sale in the mall. Most of these elytras. Maybe I'll do 9 at a time and save the rest. Probably about half these shells just to get it out there. And then I'll head back to the, map area that I've been decorating, or trying to decorate, failing to decorate at this point. Do a little bit more work there, and then I have a massive undertaking to do with these maps. And I'll explain that more when I get back. Been a couple hours, guys, and I've made my way back to my little map room. I've been here for a little bit doing some stuff and things, but I have put some of those elytra and shulkers for sale. I went with the prices I talked about earlier, 32 emeralds for one elytra and 1 diamond for 2 shulker shells. I think they're going to go. None have sold thus far, but I'm optimistic. We'll see what happens. If need be, I'll adjust the price. But yeah, other things I've done some of these maps here in the center. So spawn is right there where that little green icon is, and I've done 3 of the 4 maps there. I just have that one left to do. And I have placed our map of our base up there, and actually I think it might be 1 block off, but I won't know for sure until I map that one. I actually think our map needs to go right over there, but we'll see. We'll see in the future once some of this other things are done. But I've done a bit of digging down here, because what I want to do on the floor down here is this glass void effect. So I've placed some black concrete powder down and some black glass with an air block in between. Ugh! Falling. With some glass in between. Dang it, do I not have any? There we go. With some glass in between, and you get this nice kind of effect that slowly gets darker and darker as you look your way down. The only reason I have the carpet with torches underneath is to prevent spider spawning down there, because I don't want any mobs in here. Because, yeah, reasons. Reasons for everything. But yeah, this will be very nice once it's all done. However, I have ran out of ink. I have no more ink, so I have no more ability to dye glass and or concrete powder. So I need to go get more of that before we continue this project. The other things I've been thinking about, though, is how I'm going to go about incentivizing placing these maps. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to give players 3 emerald blocks per map that they fill in. So a player can come grab that map right there, and once they finish it and turn it in, they will get 3 emerald blocks. However, I don't want other players touching this map. So I'm thinking I'm going to block it back in. I've got an access down there right now, and I'm going to create copies of all these maps and place it in a double chest. That may get a bit confusing, though. So what I plan on doing is using these exterior border ones, because I don't need them anymore because I derped a little bit. And I'm going to kind of place letters and numbers on them. So this top row here will be letters A through P, and then 1 through 16 on the sides. So I can grab a map that's in that item frame right there, name it A1. That one would be B1, C1, and then if we went down, this would be A2, A3, A4, so on and so forth, all the way down until we get down to, what is that, P16 down there. And then create copies of those maps, and then place them in some double chests down on the floor. A player can then grab those maps and, go map the world. And then I'll have some kind of hopper input, and all they need to do is rename the map with their name at the back end of it, and once I go, in and check the map, I will pay them, 3 emerald blocks if it's a completed map, which I think is a good way of doing things. The other thing I'm going to do is keep track of how many times a player finishes a map, and then we'll have prizes. Top 3, maybe top 5, depending on how competitive this gets. But I'm thinking the number 1 prize is actually going to be this emerald beacon base with the beacon, with a couple other, swag prizes in there. Maybe some elytras, maybe more emerald blocks, because you can never have too much of this. Ultimately, once all of this is mapped, if I went with 3 emerald blocks per, it would only cost me 12 stacks of emerald blocks, and I have about 3 times that amount right now, so I'm perfectly okay with paying that price. And then, it'll tier its way down from there. So second place prize, maybe it's, an extra stack of emerald blocks. Third place, maybe half a stack. Fourth place, quarter stack. Maybe fifth place, you get an elytra. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, I just want to map the server. I want other players to be involved, and I think it'll be a great way of getting the community a little bit more involved in, the server as a whole, as opposed to, their individual pyramid village like I have going on. But I have a lot more to do, guys. This episode is going to take a lot longer to record than I initially thought, but I'm fine with it. I've got nothing but time right now, because I'm on a little bit of a vacation from work, and that's great. Vacations are good. Lots of Minecraft gets done. So I'll be back in a little bit once I have the floor done, and hopefully I get that last one done, and then the big project begins, and I'll go over that in the next clip. I severely severely underestimated this project. It's been about 4 days since I started this episode, and I have a feeling it's going to take me another 4 or 5 to do just because of work and other things. But it's fine. I like this project. It's probably one of my favorite projects I've done so far this season on TekTopia Towns. So let me show you what I've done and why it's taken me so long. And we're going to start with the map. So I've gone through this whole lower quadrant, the southeast quadrant, and I've pre-filled in portions of these maps here. And that is so a player can come grab that map right there, and they can just fly out that way, and as soon as their icon appears on the map, they know they're in the right one, and then they can load it up. And this way, even if players start getting these ones in the corners, they know, okay, I just got to start flying out there. They'll see the little white bubble appear when they're close to the map, and then as soon as they get there, they get the little kind of arrow icon. But I still have to do it for all of these other quadrants. Derps Digital, which is another member of the server, went ahead and made me all of these kind of numbers. Yeah, numbers. He is gonna do the letters for me. He just hasn't gotten around to it. But that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, like this map right here will be A B C D E F G H 8. So that way, I'm gonna name those maps. You know, that'll be H8. Player can come grab a map from a chest, and they can go and do their thing, and then they just got to rename it with the reference grid coordinates and their name, and then I'm going to pay them 3 emerald blocks. I moved the beacon down just to kind of show off the grand prize for whoever's going to win. Other things, though, I've started decorating this room a little bit. Ultimately, I'm going to go with something like this, just kind of a myriad of grayish blocks, but the crackstone brick, the mossy stone brick, which is a very annoying block to get. This is why I have like a little vines growing everywhere in this room right now. Some vines will be around just for decoration. I'm also going to get some leaves. I've got them somewhere. There. Some like leaves growing from the ceilings, like more, more textured vines, let's call it that. Initially, I was going to have a staircase into this room to get in, right here. But it's blocked off now. We're not going to use that anymore. The server owner, I contacted him, and I asked if I could do like this tunnel system under spawn, which is just over there. And he's like, I think that's a great idea. So I now have the ability to manipulate spawn, and we're going to do this tunnel system, kind of like a sewer system. And it's going to have like partial maze, partial puzzles that people have to solve to actually get here. I just want it to be fun. If somebody wants to come here, I'll tell them how to get here the quick and easy way, but I think that's going to be fun. But yeah, I have lots more to do. I have to finish filling in all those maps right there. I'm going to burn through so many rockets. I have to finish this whole room up, which is going to take a very long time. And now I have to add this tunnel network, which is also going to take a very long time. So I have a feeling this is going to be the longest it's taken me to record an episode ever, which is interesting but fun, because I love this project. It's my most favorite project thus far this season, and yeah, it's going to be hard to top. But I have lots to do, so I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to start working. So I'm back, guys. I am back. I am tired. It has been a very, very long journey in this episode up until this point. Let me show you all the crazy shenanigans that I've done, because there is a lot to show. But I'm not going to show you everything because I want, the players on the server not to have any spoilers. So we're going to show a little bit, just a very tiny amount of what I've done. But just understand, this thing underneath me is big. It is very, very big. So we're at spawn again. This is the entrance down into where into the labyrinth / sewer system. And when players come up here, they're going to see 2 signs, 2 books, read me first, read me second. This one just kind of explains what they're going to end up at. They're going to end up in the map room, and this is why I'm doing this. This is more of a story, just something fun to help guide them on their path. Essentially, what it is we were digging a mine shaft, and we stumbled across these ancient sewers. And there are, more books along the way, and it adds a little bit of light. For the most part, these tunnels are quite dark, so it's probably going to render really bad, but just understand, it's very dark in here. There's other, lighting sources throughout, but eventually they can make their way into our map room, which you can just barely glimpse on the other side of this wall over here. I kind of wanted them to be able to see a little bit, but not too much. I might have to modify it a bit more so they can see a bit more. But yeah, there are not necessarily traps, but let's just show it. Possible death situations. Over here we've got some lava. Maybe they gotta do something with that. I don't know. They gotta figure it out for themselves. But this whole area is protected. Our server owner has protected it, but I have access, so I'm gonna break through. And I'm gonna put my head down because I don't want to show anything else because there's spoilers right here until we hit the glass. Oh, there we go. That should be good. Awesome. So now we've arrived. We have arrived in the map room that is now essentially complete from my point of view for this episode. It's nowhere near done, but for the purposes of this, it is. So every single map, all 200 and something of them, I don't know, whatever 16 times 16 is, math is not my strong suit right now, has at least a bit of it filled in. So they can grab a map, or grab a map from there, or there, and venture off and fill it in. So all the rules are explained in this book back here. All a player needs to do is grab a copy of a map. So it's split in half, so right down the middle. So the right half is in chests over here, left half, chest over there. And every single one of these maps is named. Like I said, down here should be P16. Yep, so P16 corresponds to that guy right there. A1 should be in the upper left corner of that chest as well. It took a lot of levels, 200 and some odd levels just to name the maps and then copying the maps. That, just naming these things, took around 4.5 hours. It was not fun. It was not fun at all. But hey, I'm just glad the project is done. I did finish decorating this place up. I did the little viney things. I didn't end up doing the ceiling just because at this point I am pretty burnt out. But yeah, players can come grab a copy of a map. They can read the instructions, and then once they're done filling in a map, they place it down into this trap chest right here. It'll go into a secret back room I've got over there, which they can't get into, but I can. And then, yeah, they will get some emerald blocks, and then hopefully one of them will win this glorious grand prize. There are some other, smaller prizes in there, but yeah, that guy right there, he's the moneymaker. And then I have a back door entrance here. So players don't have to do that more than once. As soon as they see where the exit is, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, that's really easy," and they can come back in here really quick, really fast. But yeah, I'm done with this. I am complete. It is finished. I promise, guys. Next episode we will be back at our village. I know I took 2 episodes off, but I had these 2 massive projects I wanted to get done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's going to be really interesting to see how many people participate. I hope a lot because I don't want to do this whole map by myself. So guys, please help me out. Help me if you are on the server. And if you're not on the server, you can always join. Information down in the description. Hello. But until next time, you guys have a good one.